I think I'm getting this right. That's better. Okay. As a joke, us blackfellas aren't used to these sort of microphones. But coming here today to more or less connect with the city of Vincent once again, having my son there, and he asked what it's all about, Dad, and I said, well, it's a time that people in the Shire and the city of Vincent are elected by the people who live in that region. They're elected to make the changes for the best, for the better, and they're elected because they're trustworthy. And I, for many years, have actually played footy at the back here with the mighty East Perth Royals, and coming on the team there, we had to play the game as a team. And I look at the same thing here. It's a team of people coming together in one belief. And so for our community, you know, it's so important that family gets behind their family member, and the family members who are the councillors now get behind Alison and David for the better of City of Vincent. Afterwards, there's two sticks that I've actually made as a gift to the city, I think about a year ago. Yep. And it was the sticks actually resembled the time of our old people who actually walked through these places, like people like Grandfather Mundy, Fanny Balbuck, Yagan, Mijikuru, Yalagonga, who actually carried those sticks because they had the authority to make the changes for the community. And 5 of the kings actually spoke for the 14 different South West tribes in giving the law, the custom, and the knowledge of time. So welcome to countries have always been established since time began, before when Mum and Yera, God above, gave us the rights as carers and keepers of this land. Hence the reasons why Aboriginal people have lived within the balance of nature when the earth was soft. And we actually understood that every animal, every insect, every bird had a reason for this circle, the circle of life that we live in. And to understand the animals and to read the land of the 6 seasons and the way that the time began, we always watched the actual vegetation, the changing of animals. When the yolgas, the kangaroos, were ripe and gave birth to their babies. And as an Aboriginal man growing up with a father that spoke 4 different Aboriginal dialects, no education, he actually taught himself how to speak Italian as he worked the railway standard gauge from Kalgoorlie right up through to Northam. He taught himself Thursday Island and Torres Strait Islander languages. But it goes to show that you don't have to be educated to be educated, if you understand what I mean. Dad actually grew up in the times of the Great Depression when my grandfather went off to the Second World War and served with the 32nd Battalion. But it's times like that that Australians came together, and we still come together to support each other. So as I say to the new councillors and the old councillors that still remain, you know, always look forward to changing tomorrow for our next generation, make it better for them. So yan ba yan wanju wajak puja ngain puja ngalaka puja puja demangar mamagar puja. Hello and welcome to Wajak country, my country, your country, and our country, lands of our grandmothers and grandfathers before us. Malaka jinanga nicha palapinyin nicha. So as I stand here speaking to you, seated, nunok gortwa tukach merdich khobarach. My heart is happy, strong and proud, very proud to still be carrying on the oldest continuous living culture within the world. So when I see you next time, may we greet each other with respect, may we greet each other with honour, and may we listen to each other's stories. Because as I said before, stories made Australia the way it is today. You made Australia, and your grandparents made Australia. So this song that I love singing is about the trapdoor spider. It came out of Kings Park, and it's a song that my family carry within our hearts. I only use tapping sticks because I don't believe in using the didgeridoo. It's not from this area. And we carry our traditions, we hold our traditions very, very strong as a Whadjuk people, as a family of Maguires. It's called Wanare Gunmalana, and it's a time that all the tribes came together down on the foreshore of the Derbil Yirrakan, the Swan River, and the Elizabeth Keys region. And it goes a bit like this. Wanare Gunmalana, Wanare Gunmalana, Poyungada Waningo, Poyungada Waningo, Wanare Kanmalana, Boyongada Waningo. Wanare Kanmalana, Wanare Kanmalana, Boyongada Waningo, Boyongada Waningo, Wanare Kanmalana, Boyongada Waningo, Wanare Kanmalana, Wanare Kanmalana, Boyongada Waningo, Boyongada Waningo, Wanare Kanmalana, Boyongada Waningo. And that song was actually sung by the elders, the men, sitting around 3 trees, one near Matagarup Bridge, the other one up in Gutagarup, Kings Park, and the other one down in South Perth, Vic Park region. But they sang the energies of their life. They were magic men, smart men, and they made these trees into the 133 songlines that actually goes all over this continent. So thank you once again, families, for supporting your loved ones, and we pray that your loved ones all come together in unity. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, very much.
Thank you so much, Fawn, for that. As always, gracious and very precious. Okay, I note that all council members are seated. So in accordance with section 2.29 of the Local Government Act 1995 and Regulation 13 of the Local Government Constitution Regulations 1996, a person elected to the position of council member must make a declaration of office prior to being able to act in that office. So I invite Councillor-elect Castle to come forward to make the declaration, please.
I, Alex Castle, having been elected to the office of Councillor of the City of Vincent, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the City of Vincent under Section 5.103 of the Local Government Act 1995.
I now invite Councillor-elect Poulios to come forward to make the declaration.
I, Con Poulios, of having been elected to the office of Councillor of the City of Vincent, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the City of Vincent under Section 5.103 of the Local Government Act 1995.
I now invite Councillor-elect Greer to come forward to make the declaration.
I, Sophie Greer, of having been elected to the office of Councillor of the City of Vincent, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the City of Vincent under Section 5.103 of the Local Government Act of 1995.
And finally, I invite Councillor-elect Whedon to come forward to make the declaration.
I, Rhys Whedon, of having been elected to the office of Councillor of the City of Vincent, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the City of Vincent under Section 5.103 of the Local Government Act 1995.
Thank you, newly elected councillors. That concludes the swearing-in ceremony. We will be reconvening for the special council meeting at 6:30 p.m. So at this point, if you want to have photos with your loved ones or anyone else, then please feel free. Thank you. Hello everyone, I have pleasure in opening the special council meeting of the 21st of October 2025 at 6:30 and welcome all those in attendance. The City of Vincent would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation, and pay our respects to elders past and present, acknowledging that as the City of Vincent, we have a role to play in working towards reconciliation and justice for First Nations people. Now, I know all councillors are present, so no apologies are necessary. Governance Manager, can you please confirm if any written statements have been received?
Through you, Mayor Zaman, no, we have received no written statements or questions.
CEO, can you please read any declarations of interest?
Through you, Mayor Zaman, none received for this evening.
Okay, so one of the first orders of business after the election is to elect a deputy mayor. The deputy mayor is elected by council, and any of the councillors can nominate, with the exception of the mayor. Nominations can be submitted in writing before the meeting or handed to the person conducting the election during the meeting before nominations close. And I understand that we've received one nomination so far. I'm now going to call for any further nominations. Okay, so Wendy will be issuing the ballot papers, and so you simply need to, we've only actually got one, don't we? So we don't have to do that. Beg your pardon. All right then. So I was wondering whether the nominee could be announced.
So through you, Mayor Zaman, the one nomination that we have received is from Councillor Castle.
Councillor Castle, do you wish to say anything in support of your nomination? I'm now going to put the nomination forward so that the nomination is for Councillor Castle to be appointed as the Deputy Mayor. All those, I need a mover. Can I have a mover, please? Moved Councillor Wolfe, seconded by Councillor Greer. Okay, can I see all those in favour? Okay, that's carried unanimously. Thank you very much. Now, so Deputy Mayor Castle, could you please come forward and do your declaration?
I, Alex Castle, of having been elected to the office of Deputy Mayor of the City of Vincent, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the City of Vincent under Section 5.103 of the Local Government Act 1995.
Thank you and congratulations. Just do I need to... Okay, so now we'll move to item 5.2, which is the appointment of the council members and community representatives to the Audit and the Risk Committee. There are 4 council member positions available, plus 3 independent members. And I understand that we have received 4 nominations for the council member positions. Governance Manager, could you please read out those 4 names?
Yes, through you, Mayor Zaman, the 4 council members who have nominated are yourself, Mayor Zaman, Councillor Castle, Councillor Whedon and Councillor Lafontaine.
So are there any further nominations for this committee? Okay, so as there's no further nominations, we'll proceed to appoint the nominees as recommended. Can I please have a mover for that? Moved Councillor Poulios, seconded Councillor Wallace. All those in favour? Okay, that's carried unanimously. Thank you. So now we're moving to item 5.3, and that's the appointment of the Walga Central Metropolitan Zone representatives. There are 2 delegate positions and 2 deputy positions available, and I understand that we have received 4 nominations for those 4 positions. Governance Manager, can you please advise of those nominees?
So through you, Mayor Zaman, the member delegate positions who have nominated are yourself, Mayor Zaman, and Councillor Wolfe, with alternative nominations from Councillor Whedon and Councillor Wallace.
Are there any additional nominees from the floor? Okay, in that case, can I please have a mover and a seconder for the motion that Council appoints those nominated members as the city's Walga Zone representatives? Do we have a mover? Moved to Councillor Castle, seconded Councillor Greer. All those in favour? Okay, that's carried unanimously. Thank you. So next we come to item 5.4, the appointment of Mindari Regional Council and Catalina Regional Council representatives. There's one position available for the Mindari Regional Council and one member plus one alternate for the Catalina Regional Council. And I understand that we have received nominations for each of these positions. Governance Manager, can you please advise the nominees?
Through you, Mayor Zaman, we have received a nomination for a member on the Mindari Regional Council from yourself and on the Catalina Regional Council from yourself, with an alternative to Catalina Regional Council from Councillor Ashley Wallace.
Are there any further nominees from the floor? Okay, in that case, I am going to seek a mover for those nominees. Moved Councillor Castle, seconded Councillor Wolfe. All those in favour? Okay, that's carried unanimously. So that concludes the business for the evening. Thank you all for attending and for those who are watching via the live stream. And I now declare the meeting closed at 6:37. Thank you.